Hello everyone, welcome back. It's Miss Darling in the studio, and today's video I'm going to talk about putting ephemera actually into a journal. And for those of you that have been following along with me, we're working our way through creating this Japanese inspired journal or art journal. It's actually an art journal, not a junk journal, but it's Japanese inspired. We made the cover, we covered it, and we filled it with pages that include coffee dyed sheets and designed printed pages. I have gone ahead now and placed some of the ephemera in the journal where I want it to go. It's not glued in yet, but I'm going to go through that with you so you'll see what I'm doing and why I've chosen to place it where I have. And before we do that, I do have several different types of ephemera here on the table. Most of these are items that would be tucked into a pocket or an envelope or somewhere. For instance, there's 3 bookmarks here. There's a couple of tags here. Here's an old vintage photograph from Japan. And I was looking through my stash and found this old letter that was written to missionaries in 1936 that had gone to Japan. So that's here, be tucked in somewhere. I have some other photographs of the half-moon bridges that are so famous in Japan. Here's some ikebana, or miniaturized trees. These are probably very, very old trees, but they've been miniaturized and placed in this container, a very famous art form in Japan. So this is some of the ephemera that I will be putting into this particular journal. I do have some leftover sheets that I have already cut up and made ready for pockets. And then this sheet has several tags on it that I plan to cut out, and I have put a random collage on the back. So it'll be fun once we cut out the tags to see what they ultimately look like on the back. So that gives you an idea of where we're going. And I do want to mention that if you are following along or you haven't been following along and would like to, I have made a video already of the many different types and variety and sizes of ephemera that you could consider putting into a journal. And just look for it in my channel and you'll see it there. There should be a link in the description box below this video that will take you straight to some previous videos. I have I have 2 videos on the making of these Japanese inspired covered. There actually once were address return envelopes. You can see the cellophane there, and we have collaged on the front and the back and made it very decorative and very nice for this particular journal. There's another one further back right here, which would be the second video I did on doing the envelopes. There's the front and there's the back, and I plan to clip that into the journal with these black paper clips. So be sure and take advantage of watching those earlier videos, which is a step-by-step of creating this particular journal and how we've gotten to this point. So with that said, let me go through the journal and I'll show you what I've prepared for it so far. One of the things I'm including, I have these wonderful black and white woodblock print copies here that I have put on a black background, and I'm going to include several of those, and I'm choosing to put them on pages that are printed on cardstock, which is a little bit heavier weight. They're not as light as the coffee dyed sheets, and so to break up some of this calligraphy, I could leave that the way it is and put this somewhere else, but I thought maybe I'd break up some of that and position, maybe in this case, to leave some of the calligraphy there and cover up some of it by gluing this on. So that gives you that idea. I'm going to skip the coffee dyed pages because those are for people to write on. Here is a rather dark coffee dyed paper. It would be difficult for someone to journal on that, so it's a great page to add a pocket. I've chosen this one, which will be positioned right about there, and then afterwards a person could come along and insert a tag or other ephemera. And so I think, you know, that's probably where that tag might actually wind up. So what I like to do is put pockets on the darker pages that can't be used for journaling anyway, so they might as well be used for places to put pockets, whether they're the traditional straight kind of pocket like this, or a corner pocket, or a side pocket. On the reverse side, because it is still a lightweight sheet, once I add something that's going to add a little weight to this side, I like to do something on the other side too that will add some weight over here. Otherwise, the page itself feels off balance and a little bit awkward to turn back and forth. So I like to distribute as much as possible an equal amount of weight on each side of the page. Can't always be done, but it is something I think about. Here is another cardstock sheet that I've used. This again has calligraphy, and I will probably, because I did the other woodblock print on a calligraphy sheet, I probably will be consistent and put this one here. I can always change my mind, and what's great about going ahead and clipping them in your book where you're proposing to use them, it helps you plan it out and think through what you're doing. You're not really committed to any one specific thing. Here's excuse me, here's another woodblock print that I'm going to position on this page. Here is my center, which my image goes clear across the double spread. I'm not going to do anything to interrupt that. I'm going to leave it as it is. It's very busy but very interesting all by itself. On the reverse, however, I've got more calligraphy, and so to put a variety, since I've got these thinner lines of calligraphy even blocked out with lines on this side, I thought it would be a nice change, instead of putting one bigger woodblock print there, to maybe glue two of them there and just change it up a little bit. It's a page that is too dark for anyone to journal on. This one's a little dark too. It may get a pocket or something at some point, because I think it's probably too dark for somebody to write on. So now we'll skip through these pages, which are light. I'm going to leave them alone. If I do anything at all in the future, I might add a little stamp or some kind of design, but it won't be very much at all. And here, we're now at another cardstock page, which is a little bit heavier. I could do pockets there, but I've already done some before, and here is where I have chosen to put the first of my 2 decorated envelopes. I chose this spot because I've got some plum tones in here, and the colors on this side I think now blend very well with the colors on this page over here. So I think that's a great spot to put that envelope, which will just be clipped, and inside I will put some ephemera, or just leave it with nothing inside, and then it'll be a nice place for an owner of the journal, whether it's me or someone in my family, a friend, or if I were to sell it, it's a nice place for people to add their own. Here then is, remember I talked about weight, and the envelope is very weighty, so I want to put something on the other side that will have some weight. So this is a pocket that I've made out of one of the papers, and it's going to be glued right in there, and then that will give a nice place to tuck, say, these bookmarks and some smaller ephemera, or one of these photographs, or something else that I find to include. But I'm going to put the pocket there, and then what will go in the pocket later will be determined later. So now we'll move on. Another nice page. It's cardstock, so it is a good page to put a pocket. I'm going to add some weight there. So I'm maybe not going to add any weight to the opposite side, because this is the last page of this particular signature. And I always design my front and back pages of the signatures. You can see how these have been designed to look good together when it's opened up to the middle. So I'm probably going to leave that alone, but I could put something there if I feel I need it. So now we're moving into signature 2. This is going to have similar pages and imagery from signature 1, but not exactly the same. So I'll probably maybe add something up here in the early part of this signature. I don't have anything there right now. Here is a page of calligraphy that I like the calligraphy, but it's a little boring in spite of that, and a nice place to add this woodblock print. So that'll go there, and it'll be glued in. The flip side, I have an image, and I will more than likely put this pocket here, and then add ephemera up here, because, oh no, I wanted this one to go up a little higher because I didn't want to cover up that nice spot on the coffee dyed paper. So then this will have a place for smaller ephemera, because I'm going to move it up here and not down at the bottom of the page. So I think you get the idea. Again, a dark page. It's a coffee dyed sheet, so I'm going to put a pocket there and use that for ephemera, because it cannot be used for journaling. However, the reverse side is light enough someone could journal on it, so I'm going to leave that one alone, and then maybe put these 2 woodblock prints over here that will help bring some of this colorization over here and give this double spread a little more unity. And we get to the center of signature 2. I do not have anything as yet to go in here. whether I'll put something there or leave it as it is. I haven't decided yet. Probably maybe put something there or over here. But it's very clean and simple, and I like that. It's refreshing from the rest of the journal, so I might not do anything with that. However, on the reverse side, I've got this rather dark calligraphy printed on, and so here's where the second envelope is going to go that I repurposed. This was a return address envelope, a little different style from the other one, and you can see that it has been covered with antique vintage book papers and then some ephemera, some calligraphy, butterfly added on top. So I have at this point planned to put this particular pocket. Notice that I've got a little bit of a cutout here, and that helps you identify it instantly as a pocket, and it's a place for more ephemera to go, or maybe, you know, a photograph. This is too wide, but this could be, you know, just clipped on with another paper clip. But for right now, I may do that pocket there. This other side definitely needs a pocket or something because it is so dark, but it's a wonderful piece of paper that was, you know, beautifully coffee dyed. It's just not good for journaling, but I could maybe clip on at one of these photographs there rather than have this pocket. I could do something like this, and I think that would be really, really nice. So then I've got a little bit of weight on this side and a little bit of weight added to this side for balance. Then this is the opposite side of the sheet from where that bird was earlier, and I may just leave that as it is, and I thought maybe this is a little bit dark for writing on. Maybe I will glue this particular text image there. We'll see. It's an idea. And probably do another woodblock print here. I want to carry the same feeling throughout both signatures and distribute them rather equally throughout the entire journal. So I have left space here because I am going to be making some more tags and things. And this is the last page of the second journal. I won't do anything on the last page, but I'll probably put this woodblock print there on the inside of that last page. So I hope that gives you an idea of the different things I think about as I plan where I'm going to put things. So what can remain to the last for decision making are any of the items that are going to be tucked in somewhere. You don't have to make any of those decisions until the very end. I do have extra paper here. In case I decide I need it, I can make more pockets that will be compatible with what I've already made. And so I'm just going to put the tuckable things up here, and this extra pocket there. which I may need and may not. And so right now I'm going to cut out these tags and we'll have fun seeing what those look like. Since I may be nearing the end of what I can film in this segment, I'm going to pause now and be right back. Okay, here we are back again, and so I'm ready to do some cutting on these tags. Get out my cutting board here, my box cutter, and a straight edge. How's everybody doing? Hope you're having nice weather and everybody is well and safe. We have a slightly overcast day today here. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. I'm supposed to go get my vaccination on Saturday, and I hope all goes well and that I don't have a reaction, but my doctor insists that I get it. Have any of you been vaccinated yet? Maybe watching this from all over the globe. So let me know in the comments what your experience has been. What other topics you would like to have me cover. I've got some more good ideas planned, but I'm first trying to get through this series on making this Japanese-inspired journal, and then we'll move on to other topics. I always like seeing what develops on the other side. You just randomly make a collage and then find out after the fact what you wound up with on the back. This front paper is from a print that I made digitally, and I will make available in my Etsy shop. If you haven't gone there, hope you'll go take a peek. Got some nice digital products there that you can download for your own purposes. A wide variety of topics background pages, journal pages, various ephemera, fussy cuts. Going to be putting in some vintage canceled postage stamps and lots of good things, all in good time. I'm not turning these over for any of us to look at until I have them all cut out. Keep the suspense going. Getting down to the last one. Cutting away. Cut, cut, cut. And here we are, the last one. This could be a small bookmark. Okay. Clean up the mess for the big reveal. So we've got 2 large tags, and I tried to position the imagery in a spot that would be nice for it, so it looks well placed and designed on this side. And I will do some inking to them, but let's see what's on the reverse side. So we've got this, and on the other side we have this. How fun is that? And a person could choose which side they prefer. So we've got this pastel, beautiful imagery here. You see, I need to trim it down here. And we have that. And on this one, more blossoms, a little butterfly down here. And on the reverse side, we have calligraphy. Very interesting. I like that. Here we have cherry blossoms and butterflies. Here we have a blossom just at the top. You could put some more ephemera down here. And on reverse side, this is what we have. And a bookmark. Need to trim that a little better. And we have that. That doesn't work at all, so we're going to have to do something to make that look a little better. But over here, it looks nice. And then this side is completely blank on this side. And so we have a bookmark there. So these were made to go into this journal. How many of them I'll actually use, I don't know yet, not that far into it. As I said, the items that one tucks in will be decided at the end. So, hope this has been helpful to you, and that maybe you learned something. If you did, please give it a like and share it with family and friends, and I'd appreciate the support. And come back, and in the next video we'll have another great topic to discuss and maybe make something together. So be sure and check out my Etsy store for anything downloadable you might be interested in, and do leave comments and questions. I do like to hear from people, and of course, starting out, that's hard to achieve. So I would appreciate if you would, give me a comment. Let me know what you thought and any other topics you'd like me to cover. This is Miss Darling calling this a wrap. Bye-bye.